day is going well. It's Saturday, too much popping, I'm just out and about, trying to keep myself busy, keep myself out the way. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So the title of the video is You Got the Whole Hood Under Investigation. And shout out to I don't even think she really do videos like this anymore, but her name was Daisy, and nobody liked her, and I can understand why in some aspects. But one thing that I've learned is that even though there's people that I may not like, but there's something that they still offer that they bring to the table that might really be like valid or valuable in some type of way. Like you may not agree with everything that they do or how they do things, but you start to listen to the person, you're like, you know what? She wasn't lying. Like, you know what? That shit really came to pass. Um, and she used to say that all the time in her reading. She would be like, and now y'all got the whole hood of the investigation. It would be some Meek Mill's line. And basically saying that there are people that engage in a variety of type of activities and they involve a lot of people. They involve a lot of people. And usually the people that they get involved don't even know what the fuck is happening. All they know is that they're dangled a carrot. Hey, I'll give you $50. I give you $100 if you go over here and stalk this person. I'll give you $20 if you go over here and do this or that. Um, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'll give you drugs because that's the big thing. Is a lot of people that are drug addicts. Um, hey, if they know that they can get that next hit, and all they got to do is gang stalk somebody or go online and make a fake report or write a false statement. People will do anything. Like that is the time that we are living in. That's what I just recorded on my phone. Like, just because you're a good person doesn't really mean much in this world anymore. It's more about being a smart person. I think being good is just subjective. It doesn't mean that things are going to go well for you because you're good and you do the right thing. It doesn't. You can lie to yourself all day and be like, you know what, I followed the rules, I did what's right. Like, take it from me, a person who did everything that they were told to do, who grew up in a religious household, who went to school, who got the degrees, who worked at corporate jobs, who stayed in the house, who minded their business, who took the safe way, who did everything that they thought they were supposed to do. They did everything that they thought was right, honey, and bitch still ended up buying enemy lines. Okay? So please don't get caught up thinking that, I'm not saying do bad things, but I'm saying don't let that be your MO. Like, don't let that be your foundation of thinking that because you're the person, life is supposed to be good to you, because that's just not true. Gotta stay hydrated in these Texas streets, baby. I gotta keep my water. Um, and so I was just thinking about even being here and then all the things that I've gone through with the different things that have happened. Um, and I think about all the people that they have involved in different states, different places, different people. And it is insane to me how many people are willing to go along with bullshit. Like, it doesn't even matter if the person is right or wrong. People don't critically think anymore. People don't ask questions. People don't say, well, let me go see for myself. But does this even make sense? But just like I heard in a sermon, what's his name, Pastor Keon Henderson, he was like, God knew before he knew that he knew that he knows that he knows. So while you're concerned about people and what they do, and God already knew. He knew those. He knew who those people were. He knew that they didn't like you. He knew that they didn't have your best interest at heart. Like, everything and everybody serves a purpose in your life, the good and the bad. It sucks. Um, because I guess for me, like I'm not good with dealing with shit. And I think God sometimes because I'm the queen to pack my bags. I am the queen of the bitch. I pack my shit. Bitch, I don't have to be here. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I leave. That's me. Mrs. Pack your bags. And it just comes from being a runaway and being a child that was put out at the age of 15. That my mom used to put me out all the time. So I just have a complex of like not allowing people to control me when it comes to like my living environment and how I take care of myself, because I have trauma when it comes to living with other people because they always have control over whether you stay or whether you go. And so that's why I've always lived by myself, because I don't like sharing space with people, because it is, you literally could not be doing anything wrong and you're totally minding your business, just living your life, and it's a fucking problem. Like I literally watch and just see like what let's just see if people can just move on and just deal, and they can't. Like you gotta think like all the people that have done a lot of foul shit to me, right? You would think like you stole all my money, you ruined my reputation, you lied on me, you put hidden cameras in my house, you ruined my family, you did all these things, right? And you would think they would be satisfied by now, like you won. Like you won. You did all of that. You won. And you would think you got the money, you niggas taking trips, y'all got new whips, like you got cars and houses and shit in my name. Like when isn't that enough? Isn't that enough, baby? See, that's why I've never been the type to chase money and material things, because I learned very, very young that shit comes and goes. And the more that you build your life around that bullshit, the harder you fall. Because one thing in life, consistent in this life, is change. And sometimes you're gonna be up and sometimes you're gonna be down. Sometimes things is gonna work out for you and sometimes they not. So I don't tie myself to nothing. And so that's why most of the people that have done the things that they've done, they like look at what they did. I mean, if you go on Google or go in a search bar, go in their browser history and look up the things that they bought and they've done. They probably ain't helped nobody. They probably haven't given back to their community. They probably haven't done anything noteworthy than anything that's gluttonous, overspending, popping bottles, doing dumb shit, living beyond your means because it wasn't your money. So whenever you're spending somebody else's money, please know you're on borrowed time. Please know that eventually it's going to run out. Please know that when you're doing foul shit, eventually it's going to end. Like nothing stays the same in this life. And I think that's why I can sit in peace and know that eventually all of this will be over. Just like my mama told me, like eventually things will change. Eventually things will evolve, and life and time will move on, and people ain't gonna have no choice but to move on. And so now I feel, in some aspects of me, feel bad for people because it's like, damn, you done involved so many people. You've involved so many people in this shit, and you've given them so much misinformation. You've lied to people. You've called up corporations and jobs and sent fake emails and lies, and you've made false police reports. You have put people's jobs in jeopardy. You have put people's children in jeopardy. Do you know how insane that is? Just to say that you're right, or to say that you won, or to call like, there's nothing or nobody in this world that makes me feel like I gotta go and do that much. Like I'd rather lose. I'd rather just be like, you know what, that person is better than me. They're in a better position than me in life. Like I'm okay with not always being the winner. I'm okay with knowing that sometimes you win some, you lose some, but as long as you live to fight another day, like it's okay. But people like these women like Shakita, like and her mother Diane, like these are the women, because most of this shit is women based. Um, I know where it started, but I'm looking at like primarily it was her and her mom. And they came up with this elaborate plan along with her and several other people. And then and the list continues to go on. But she's the one that's playing the reindeer games. She's the one that went out of her way to get the order of protection. She's the one that went out of her way to make sure she got power of attorney. But she never wanted to take care of that man. She never gave a fuck about him. Trust and believe that her mama didn't either. Because if that's the case, you would have packed your shit and you would have left. You would have been in Arizona when I was there trying to take care of him. You would have been cleaning up his shit and his catheter and making sure he got to his doctor's appointments. You would have been there, but you didn't do that. So you wanted the benefits of pretending like you was their girl, but you was never really her. And so it's basically niggas want to kill you off for your own story, and they say that you mad and you upset because life ain't working out for you. Nah, nigga, it ain't about life. It's not working out for me. Is that God is shifting my life, so I don't have to work as hard. So I don't have to be everywhere. I don't have to do what y'all niggas gotta do. Okay? I don't have to steal and rob and suck and fuck to get ahead in life. I don't have to do sex orgies and shit and get shitted and pissed on to get ahead in life. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do fraud and steal from old people to get ahead. I don't have to do that. So of course you're ahead of me. Of course you have more than me because you do fraud. Of course. Of course. But now you got the whole hood under investigation because you've lied to people and told them to do shit for you. Hey, call this person. Hey, go over here and do this. Hey, I think you should do that. And now you got all these people roped up in a federal investigation. Because if you think the feds ain't watching, bitch, you out of your mind. But the way y'all niggas gonna play with my name and did so much fraud and identity theft on my name, if you think the feds ain't watching every time you use my shit, you out your mind. Even though all my shit has been frozen, all of my identity theft has been reported to the commission, the trade commission board. I don't fuck around. I've done everything I'm supposed to do to protect myself. So I don't feel bad. I don't care if you're watching my videos trying to take shit out of context, bitch. I'm still here, walking around. Why they ain't came and got me yet? Skin clear, hair growing. Where they at? Spin the block. Where they at? Oh, okay, I was waiting. Shakita and Diane, honey. Two's company, honey. Shakita, I feel so bad for you that you got a dust ass mama like that put you on all that medication and made your ass crazy. And then on top of all that witchcraft you be doing, honey, your mind is shot. You shaking. You shaking and stirred, bitch. You a martini hoe. You shaking and stirred. But I was thinking the other day, I was like, which one is worse, Danisha and Gloria or Diane and Shakita? Like, I don't know which one is really, like, more diabolical. Like, I think it depends on how you measure it. Because they all do witchcraft. Let's just put it all out there. They all engage in spiritual work to get ahead in life. Because they don't want to cultivate their own gifts, so they like to steal other people's. They don't want to work for their own money, so they like to steal other people's. They don't feel good about themselves, so they like to steal the joy from other people. That is what devil worshippers do. People that worship the devil do the devil's work. Yeah. They lie, steal, kill, and destroy. Look at their life. Look at the reflection of their life. Like I said, do they give back? Are they of service? Who are they helping? How are they making the world a better place? Everything I'm saying, if I'm lying, look at their life. Everybody that I speak of in any of these videos that I talk about, look at their life. And what does their life reflect? Drama, confusion, loss, chaos, failed marriages, illegitimate children, lies, court dates, drama, loss, grief, delusion, trauma, abuse. Like, that's all the stuff. Like, and these bitches are older than me. These bitches are older than me. And they have the nerve to sit up here and try. That's why I just be like, honey, say a prayer. But when I think about Diane and Shakita, those hoes are diabolical because her mom is a psychologist, right? And Shakita went to school to be a paralegal. So those are the type of hoes that will use systems and who they know to make up lies or orchestrate lies and do hacking and falsify documents. That's how the whole thing with the order of protection happened or whatever. Because they, like, nobody just does that. Like, my dad has never put me out, dog. Like, never had to, because I never stayed long enough to be put out. I never did nothing wrong. I've lived with my dad more than once. Never been put out. But see, he thought he was so big and bad. He thought he knew. He thought he had all the information. I think before we separated, he knew he had fucked up, but he was too far gone. He couldn't say he was sorry. He had too much pride. He couldn't say he was sorry. Plus, I knew too much about him. I knew too many lies had been told. I knew what he did. So that's why niggas really can't face me, because I knew what the fuck they did. That's why people can't call me now and say anything to me, because I know what the fuck you did. You can't lie and say you didn't know. You can't be like, no, nigga, you knew. You went along with it. And that's okay. And if people are wondering why you won't get over it or I won't get over a situation, it's because I still have to play cleanup from the damage that people are causing in my life. So even right now, my computer, my phone, and all of that is hacked. So even just to try to look for a job, I had people sending me fake job requests and interviews to lure me off somewhere that is probably a very dangerous situation. I've had people to invite me and say this or that, or say yes or no to this or that, so it makes you look like you're involved in some shit that you're not. The fraudulent shit that I keep getting is ridiculous. So it is hard to move forward when people are trying to keep you stuck in. They're stuck in the past. They're stuck. Like, I'm steady moving on, gaining new skills, meeting new people, out and about, doing and living my life. They're stuck in the trauma that they created because they know that they're gonna have to deal with that shit. They know that they fucked up. You know you did. You know you was dead ass wrong for that shit. And there's no other way to put it. Like, there's no other way to put it. I don't care, you wrong. Because I didn't do shit to you. You niggas cannot say that I did anything to you. You can't. I was just living my life. If you didn't want me to have the money, bitch, I would have gave it to you because I can make my own. That's the problem. You took the money, you robbed me, you stole my fucking family. You did all of this shit, right? You got it. You won. But now I want to move on and just go and build my own shit. And it's like, oh, but no. No, she can't do that. Because that'll make us look like liars. If she actually comes back and she does well, then that'll make us look like we really did steal from her. That'll make us look like we really did just make it all, and we all just lied and lived in a delusion, and we really just hated her for no reason, and we just didn't want her to have it, and we just didn't want her to be anybody, and we just didn't want her to do anything because we hate her. We hate her. So this is why you got to keep getting more and more people involved, spread more and more lies, keep making more and more fake accounts, keep making more and more false police reports, keep trying to come up with shit, and you digging yourself deeper and deeper into whole. It's just a greater conspiracy. It shows the delusion. It shows the mental illness. Like, you niggas be saying, we're trying to come from my mental health. You bitches is schizo. You bitches is schizo, psychotic, psychopathic motherfuckers. That's you. Bitch, I know how to sit down somewhere. I know how to wait my turn. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's $1 million. $1 million is not a lot of money. And I don't really think $1 million is hard to make. People are growing $1 million businesses every day. People do it every day. If you just sit down somewhere and focus and mind your business and cultivate your own garden, if you learn new skills, you can have whatever you like. Whatever you like, you can have it. I promise. And that's why I don't need you hoes, man. I don't. Like, I don't want to be around you bitches. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be your fucking friends. Because most of y'all hoes is me. Y'all cover what other people have. You don't really congratulate people. You don't want people to do well. If somebody is doing better than you, you get mad and you want to set them up and do fuck shit. It's like, no. And people think like, oh, you're mad because nobody wants. I don't give a fuck. You niggas is trash. I keep telling y'all that nobody wants to be around you. You don't even want to be around yourself, bitch. That's why you go stealing this shit. You can't even deal with yourself. That's why you go and lie and scheme and do fuck shit. You gotta be around a whole bunch of people all the time because you don't even want to deal with yourself because you know you ain't shit. How about that? How about that? And I really believe that, like, I don't really believe that Larry's my daddy anyway. Like, I started to put two and two together. That's why I think he was so cool with this situation. I really don't believe he's my dad anyway. Because, like I said, most of these kids are slow. Most of the niggas are slow. They're, like, remedial as fuck. They slow. The only one that did pretty cool was Larry because he left. He packed his, that's what I'm saying. Pack your shit and leave. He packed his shit and he left and he ain't never looked back. He went and built his family and moved on with his life. He don't come around. He don't come to visit. He don't come and see nobody. He don't keep in touch. Uncle Chick, that was another one. He never fucking came around. I got a couple aunts. Was it Reby? Some of them on that side, they don't fuck with them people. They because they know they ain't shit. And that's how my mom was away. She knew. She was like, hell no. We ain't going over there. No, you can't spend the night. No, them ain't your people. They're not your friends. Them is not your friends. And now I know why. And so, on the flip side, we got Danisha and Gloria, who, those are like, they hood rats. They like, they're hood rats. They from the bottom of the barrel. And so, doing fraud and doing conning and like that's why Danisha and Gloria have lived together all this time. Gloria ain't never had her own place. She always had to live with her kids. She never had her own. She's never been a mother to her children. That's why she don't like me. She's never liked me because I show and prove what you would never were to your children. That's why Travis is fucked up on live, fucked up, drunk, high every day, getting DUIs, driving around drunk and shit. Like you should be awful. You sat there and paid that nigga rent. I would have let that nigga get right the fuck evicted. You sit up here and see this nigga is pissy ass drunk online and you paying his rent so he has somewhere to stay. Like y'all niggas enable these niggas. This nigga never took care of his kid and you sit up there and you go along with it and you wouldn't get a call from me. If I had a son, he did not take care of the children, I would never talk to that nigga. Go take care of your kids, don't call me. Go take care of your children. I don't play that shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like these hoes are they're weird. And they like come from that time when it was cool to like I'm not that family member that's going to uphold your foolishness. Like if I know that you're a pedophile, I'm going to tell everybody that you're a pedophile. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell them to keep their kids away from you. I'm going to tell everybody that you are a creep ass individual. You are a danger to the community. You're a pedophile. You're a trafficker. I'm going to tell people that. I'm not going to say, oh, well, that's my brother or that's my... No, bitch. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if you're my fucking daddy, nigga. If you a pedophile, you a pedophile. Period. give a fuck about that shit. Give a fuck about none of that shit. There's nothing going on here. I don't really understand. Commercial break. So, I'm just not that type of person. I don't let shit slide. I don't let things like that go because that is what happened in my family. Like my grandmother knew that my grandfather was violating her, and no one ever stood up for her. People knew that she was being sexually assaulted, and no one ever stood up for her. They didn't. And so now, like, that's why I speak to the mountaintops. No, bitch, if you're a fucking predator, bitch, I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not gonna go around here raping people and trafficking people and violating children and think that I'm not gonna say something about it. And if you connected to people that do that, you just as fucking foul. So all you bitches that hang around with Jeff Easley and went along with this shit, bitch, you are just as foul as that nigga. You niggas done sat up here and had orgies with this nigga and probably done got diseases. Y'all done sat up here and hobnobbed and did all this fuck shit, and you done let that nigga lead you straight to fucking slaughter. And to me, Jermaine and Larry ain't no fucking different because they with that shit. If men go along with the abuse of women of any kind, if you orchestrate some shit to happen, you knew it fucking happened and you never spoke up, you are just as bad as a person that's doing it. If you sat back and watched it, if you watch people be illegally recorded, if you watch people to be sexually violated, if you watch people be exploited, you're just as bad as the person that hooked up the camera and did it and the person that's selling the information on the dark web or anywhere else for that matter. You're no fucking different. So when people want to sit up here and talk about trauma and all this shit, bitch, I'm gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Because it is that growing epidemic out here that this shit is happening. It's not just happening to me. And so I speak about this not because I'm sad or I'm depressed or I'm fucked up. No, bitch, I'm an advocate and I'm a voice for people that need to be heard. It is a lot of shit going on, especially even here now in Texas. Like I'm realizing it is a lot. It is awful. Trafficking is so fucking bad. It is happening under people. If you're not aware of that life, if you live just a regular mundane life, a 9 to 5, and you go to work and you come home, and you mind your bitch, you might go Tootsie Roll every now and then. For the most part, you live that mundane, everyday shit. Then you don't have an idea of the world that's happening around you, really, like the underworld, the belly of the beast. And some people may think that they don't need to or they don't have to, but it's like that shit affects your children. That shit's on social media. There's predators on social media right now looking to take your children. You think they're not on these websites? You think they're not sitting at the bus stop? They're not at the fucking park? They're not at the fucking games and shit? There's no idea. You don't know who's at them fucking games. You don't know who's your coach or your captains and all these people. You don't know these people who they are. You don't know. You just gotta hope that they do the right thing. That's why I'm glad I didn't have no. I sit here and like I say, I wanted more children, but I'm so glad that I just had one because it is more than a full-time job just to raise your children. But now you to protect your children, that's a whole nother job because you want to stay on top of shit. It's almost like you can't work As a mother, you're not going to be able to fully work and function properly and take care of your children unless you come from a wealthy background, because it is so much going on. You can't just, I just give it to God. No, that's not enough. Not to me. Giving it to God is not it, because those are your children. He gave them to you, so it's your responsibility to protect them, even if they're people in your own family. So little did I know, the people that I sent my child to, those were the predators. Those are the people that went along with it. Those are the people that stay in the game. Those are the people that really would have rather see me dead, just so they could have gotten money off my name. See, that's really what it boiled down to. They thought and believed that if I died or committed suicide or just mysteriously ended up dead, that they would make money off of me. And that's what people still believe. They really believe that if they just keep going, that somehow, some way, they will get however much they think they're going to get off of me. But it's never going to fucking happen. It's not my time to go. I have things to do. I have a calling on my life. I have expectations that God expects me to fulfill. And that's just the way the fuck it is. Move on with your fucking life. Like, stop fucking bothering me. Stop trying to hack me. Stop trying to steal from me. Like, move on. But that's what I'm saying. You don't have nothing to move on to, because you ain't got nothing but fucking karma. You don't have nothing but fucking karma coming to you. You got nothing but bad days and rainy days, and look, you're gonna sit in this shit for the rest of your life. That's why I said, you bitches that are older than me that did this shit, you finna sit in this for the rest of your life. You ain't no getting out of it. Just like I had to sit and deal with my shit and clear my karmic debt and own my shit and work on myself, bitch, you gonna have to do this for the rest of your fucking life. You gonna die wishing that you never fucked with me. It's not about being mad or being angry. I'm just waiting for it all to fall down. I'm just waiting for it. Like, when I get the call, I'm like, girl, did you hear what happened? Girl, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? And you know what, bitch, I might not even get the call. She probably already going down there. You niggas probably already got indictments on the way. I remember I was watching this guy, what's it called? Pocket Watching by JT. And he talked about when he explained how the Ponzi scheme worked. I was like, that's what they did. And basically, he talked about how this church got caught up in like PPP loans, right? And how they, what was it, an EILD loan for the economic disaster relief or whatever, that all that stuff that happened during COVID. That's why I'm glad I didn't get none of that shit. I'm so glad, because now that all this shit is coming out, people can't say that Candice had shit. Candice didn't have nothing. And so you can't connect me to nothing because I wasn't there and I didn't have it. I moved. And all of my whereabouts is all on surveillance, honey. Clearly, I've been illegally surveillance and tracked and watched this whole entire time. So you can't say I was there. You can't pretend like I was there. You can't forge that I was there or send fake emails and texts